Well, firefighters already have a dangerous job, but now they face a new threat even after the fire is out: cancer.
Yeah, fire stations in Oklahoma and across the country are facing what feels like an epidemic. Now, the question is, what's causing it? Investigative reporter Maureen Wartz is asking questions in tonight's Channel 8 Close-Up.
Had that with me ever since.
We've got several injuries downtown on an explosion.
Okay, where?
It looks as though emergency crews are on the scene.
Brian Cass will always remember the first big fire call he went on.
It came off of a tricycle.
He carries a small reminder in his pocket.
Yeah, I found this either the first night or second night that we was down there digging through the rubble at the Murrah building.
Cass was just a few months out of rookie school when the Oklahoma City bombing happened. 168 people died, hundreds more injured. And Cass was right in the heart of it. For weeks, sifting through rubble, looking for survivors, but finding mostly victims.
As you come around the corner, and there it was, it's just sad. It was just heartbreaking to think about it.
His career spanned more than 2 decades at several different fire stations throughout Oklahoma City.
They say if your ears start getting hot underneath that hood, it's time to get out.
About 7 years ago, he noticed a spot on his face that just wouldn't go away.
Thinking, well, they'll just cut it out and everything will be fine. Well, it didn't quite work out that way,
Ever since then, Cass has been battling skin cancer, just like 15 to 20 fellow firefighters he knew who fought cancer and lost. Coincidence? Maybe. But Cass wonders if it's also an occupational hazard. Go to almost any firehouse and you'll hear the same suspicions.
But I think every day, too, as we learn more, we're finding out how much we don't know.
It's Chief Mike Mallory's job at the Tulsa Fire Department to make sure his firefighters are safe. Now he's focusing on what happens after the fire is out.
I couldn't tell you what the tally is. A bunch.
But when he has to think about it, it's not just a number he's adding up. It's lives lost, families missing a loved one. And unlike the danger that can be seen as men and women run into a burning building, cancer isn't so obvious.
More than it should.
But just as deadly.
Sucks.
Give me a hug, I'm sorry. I agree. Mallory says they're trying to make sure their firefighters don't sit in dirty gear. They've also started getting new hoods to protect their heads and necks. They also run their gear through a special $20,000 washing machine.
You have that same heartache. And even if you don't know them, it's still one of those that still hurts, and it brings up that question, am I next? Because it's unknown.
These 6 uniforms have already been washed, and on average, you'll get about 8 to 10 a day. Now, the point of the extractor is to get the chemicals out of these uniforms. These ones are clean, but even now I can still smell house fire.
How do you define clean? And how do you test for clean?
A second set of gear for firefighters or extractors in each station may help, but that will cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. And there's no guarantee it'll stop cancer.
I don't know. This is us. I mean, it's us. And it's not even necessarily the text.
Back in Oklahoma City, Cass will wear his cancer scars with him for the rest of his life.
The surgery, all the stuff they cut out of here, and then the radiation, I can't get my mouth open to eat. I mean, that's about it. It's open about that far.
In spite of it all, Cass is optimistic. Not just because the tumor is finally shrinking, but he's hoping to get back to work this month. A passion that even a cancer diagnosis won't extinguish.
The end result is what it was. I'd do it again. Yeah. It's best 20 years, couldn't think of anything else.
it's not just skin cancer, but all types of cancers. And the suspected causes range from the smoke they inhale to the chemicals sometimes used to put out fires. As you saw, they're running their gear through a special washing machine, but that stuff wasn't made to be washed over and over. Plus, there's no proof that it's making a difference. So for now, it remains a very troubling mystery. Mark, Neely.
Maureen, thank you. There's a push in Congress to create a national firefighter cancer registry to help researchers understand the scope of cancer when it comes to our firefighters.